It looked for the first 45 minutes. It looked like a pretty tough game until the sending off. What was your take on it today?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, full credit to the Sharks in terms of the way that they fronted up. The disappointing thing for me probably was that they probably set the intensity of the game in the first 10, 15 minutes. And we probably backed up error upon error, which was disappointing, and we probably got a little bit too flustered. We probably needed to show a little bit more control than we did in the first 20 minutes, but I actually thought there was a lot of good in their game as well, and we learned some good lessons going into the next few weeks.
Have you any thoughts on why you didn't make the start that you wanted to?
I just think the game got away from us a little bit. I think we reacted poorly to setbacks, and then it's probably spiralled from there. So tough to put your finger on it. We started well. I think it's always a worry when you score quite easily off the first try with Duan going through the middle. And yeah, there were just little silly errors, little mistakes that let them into the game. I think if you look at it back with the interceptions and the drop balls, they capitalised really well off the back of that, and we probably didn't react in the right way. And probably took us until half time to realise we were actually in an all right spot, and we just given them the points that they got there. So I think we reacted pretty well off the back of half time, and obviously the red card came and opened the game up a bit.
If you're approaching the halfway stage of the tour, how would you assess the progress made up to this point? And could you compare it to 4 years ago? How are you in relation to that? Are you at a similar stage?
I think we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, I think connection wise, we're getting much tighter off the field. I think all the disruptions and the stuff going on off the field really is bringing us tighter together as a group. I think you're starting to see that in the way that we train. We probably didn't put it out there for a full 80 minutes tonight, but in terms of the rugby stuff, I feel like we're building nicely. And there's also things that we really need to work on, and we want to get after and push going forward into the Test series.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you.
Hi, Jamie. It's James here.
Hi.
You mentioned there's a lot of good lessons you've been learning, things you've been working on during the week. It's very obvious today the line-outs and the rolling ball one's a lot better both in attack and defence for you. What would you put that down to? Have you been doing a lot of work on it in the week?
Well, no, because we haven't been able to. I feel like that throughout this tour, it was the first thing we did as forwards, we highlighted that, coming down to South Africa, it's always going to be a tough test up front. Maul, scrum, we're going to need to make sure that we're right on it in terms of our set piece. And I think if you look at the games and the way that they've gone, we've built up quite nicely towards that. So there's much more to come from us on that front, but at the same time, we're really pleased with the progress we're making.
And you said that there were a few little things to work on. You've got a couple of work-ons from the game. What would you be looking at with those?
I think that we got probably a little bit frustrated with our lack of intensity in the collision. That's always disappointing when that is the case. So we'll certainly be looking at that. I'm sure that Steve Tandy will have something to say about that. And we know that we've got a lot more in that area. On top of that, probably having a little bit more control off the back of a setback and control with the ball probably as well. So a few little things. They're not major. They're very easy to fix, but good focus points for us going forward.
Thanks, mate. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Neil?
Yeah, hi, Jamie. You said you've not been able to work on stuff. Have you been able to do any training in between the matches?
Yeah. So we had a good hit out yesterday, probably like an extended team run. So look, obviously we are working on stuff. It probably was a bit of an exaggeration for myself, but there are little things that we can work on. I guess we're a little bit limited with regards to time. Obviously, you can't be on the field for hours on end the day before a game. So there are little things we're working on. There are a lot of meetings behind the scenes, and then our main hit out is in the games. And I feel like we're getting great feedback from those and taking steps in the right direction.
When you're scoring 180 odd points in 3 games, is this ideal preparation for the Springboks?
Yeah, of course it is. You're playing against South African teams. Look, we scored a lot of points. I think our attack is in a really good shape at the minute, and we know that there's going to be a step up of intensity. There always is going to be a step up of intensity when you play against this, the world champions in their home ground. But at the same time, the teams that we're playing against have impressed as well in terms of their emotion, their physicality, their intensity, and I think we saw a lot of that tonight. So we can only play what's in front of us. I feel like we're I've said it a few times, taking steps in the right direction with regards to our attack. We've got a few levels to go with our D.
you step it up over the next couple of games. Now, obviously, you might have the Stormers Wednesday, or next Saturday you might have South Africa A. Yeah, but do you start hitting it up given each performance now?
We're always going to be looking to build. The way that these tours go, my experience from the last tour, you build throughout the campaign. There are certain things that you want to work on. There were certain things that we wanted to work on in the game today, and I feel like we got a good hit out with regard to that. And everything is, of course, gearing towards the step up in intensity when it comes to South Africa. That's pretty obvious that that's going to be the case. But at the same time, the way that we're training, the way that we're playing, having been up here at altitude, I think it's going to put us in a good stead going forward to the Test Series.
Okay, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Safe.
Hi Jamie, you must be delighted to get those 2 tries today after the slagging for the knock on at Monkey off your back now, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, that's massive for me. That haven't heard the end of it, and my mates from home have given me some stick as well. So hopefully that can put a silence to all that.
But in fairness, your try scoring record like over the years for a foot row, like with Saracen team, is pretty good. Like, and you put it down to anything else.
Hookers get on the end of a lot of mauls. It's nice to play in a dominant forward pack. Look, I love getting my hands on the ball. I feel like it brings out the best in me as a player, and it's always nice to get over the line.
Good stuff. Thanks a million.
Thank you.